The United States defeated Guatemala 2-1 in a game that was a lot tougher than I expected. And with this win, the US qualified to the Gold Cup final where they will play Mexico this Sunday. However, we're going to focus mainly on the USA versus Guatemala game. With that said, what did we learn? Hello. If you're new here, I'm Filippo and welcome to Tactical Manager TV. Today we have the 7 Things We Learned series where every single day following a US men's national team game, we tell you 7 things that we learned. And you can let me know in the comments section, what did you learn from United States 2, Guatemala 1? And before we start, I want to congratulate Guatemala for the tremendous campaign that they had. It was incredible. They made it to the semifinals and they knocked out Canada in the quarterfinals. So this game, we essentially avenged Jesse Marsch. Even though Jesse Marsch has been a very bad American lately as he teamed up with the rude Canadians, but we avenged him. So we are essentially the Avengers, but without Iron Man because he died. That guy's dead. And I think a few others died in that last movie, so we're missing a lot of the Avengers. Nevertheless, we don't really need them. And on Saturday, we will release a Gold Cup final preview for the United States versus Mexico with a very special guest, which you will not be able to guess who it is. With that said, don't forget to drop a like in this video before we start. Let's try to hit 1,200 likes on this one. I think we can do it. And this video is brought to you by Incogni, but more on that later. Roll the intro. Lesson number 1 is that Diego Luna is the bizarro version of the American soccer player. Let me explain. So the best thing about Diego Luna standing out is that he is the complete opposite of how the standard American soccer player plays like. American soccer players, for the most part, not all of them, are very much one-dimensional robots with a mediocre first touch. Diego Luna is unpredictable. He's a street baller with flair and a great first touch. I still can't believe that we brought Mihailovic to the Olympics and even Duncan Maguire, even though he plays in a different position, instead of Diego Luna. He's a really good player. He's an incredible player. And I hope he leaves MLS soon and goes to Europe. But one thing that's important, it's not just to go to Europe. He has to go to the right club for his development. He's still 21, so he can still improve in a lot of aspects of his game. So he has to find the right club. That's more important than actually going to Europe. Now, lesson number 2, unfortunately, is a negative one. And Mauricio Pochettino's in-game management has been abysmal throughout the Gold Cup. So my expectations were pretty damn low for this game. As low as when I play Limbo. But holy crap, it was pretty bad. First and foremost, this guy refuses to make early subs. He did make one this game at the 58th minute, which is not even that early, but for his standards, it's pretty early. My biggest issue was how we came back from halftime. We had a 2-0 lead. We started off the game playing very well the first 20 minutes. Then it became a little bit even, but we could have scored a third goal even in the first half. So in the second half, I was expecting us to come in guns blazing, get that third and fourth goal, kill off the game, and then just kind of rest, sit back, and kill off the game. Just wait it to end. Just wait for the game to finish, essentially. But what Pochettino did was a very coward move. In the second half, we actually sat back from the get-go, and we invited Guatemala to attack us. And they loved it. And they kept attacking. Eventually, they got a goal. And honestly, they even got close to tying the game. So props to Guatemala for actually going at the United States. But that was such a coward move from Pochettino. Don't sit back when you're facing an inferior opponent. You can do that if you're facing Argentina. You get a 2-0 lead. Sure, sit back. Because in soccer, it's easier to defend than it is to attack and score goals. So I get it when you're facing a tougher opponent. But if you're the better opponent, score 3, score 4. And then you can kind of like sit back and kill off time and whatever. Like when PSG played Inter Miami, they didn't stop playing when they scored the second goal. They kind of stopped playing when they scored the fourth goal. And trust me, if Inter Miami scored 1 goal, PSG would go there and score 2 or 3. They wouldn't risk it. And 2-0 is a dangerous lead, and we saw that this game. It got a little nervy at the end, but we got the win, so congratulations for that. But his in-game management has been terrible throughout the tournament, and it's quite concerning. Now, before we continue, a quick word from the sponsor of this video, Incogni. Don't go anywhere. Drop a like in the video while the ad is playing. We'll be back in 60 to 90 seconds. How often do you get spam calls? And you know why? Data brokers sell your data to businesses and even scammers, which leads to annoying spam calls, text, emails, and just in general, an invasion of your privacy. And you know what's the worst part? It's all legal, selling your data. And that can also lead to exposing sensitive information to bad actors. But it's not just that. In the United States of America, people search websites are a problem. Anyone can access your information. An employer, landlord, stalker, even that creepy neighbor. But Incogni, the sponsor of this video, takes care of that for you. And we also have a special offer. Incogni reaches out to the data brokers on your behalf, requests your personal data to be removed, and handles any objections from their website. And the entire process is automated. They also make sure your data stays off the market by conducting repeated removals. That is why their yearly subscription is the way to go. And here's the special offer. Use the code TACTICALMANAGER at the link in the description of this video to get 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Yes, you heard that right. Use the code TACTICALMANAGER and you will get 60% off their annual plan. Plus, you also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And thank you very much, Incogni, for partnering up with Tactical Manager and sponsoring this video. Make sure to use our special offer. Lesson number 3 is something that's been quite noticeable. Malik Tilman and Diego Luna have been building up some really good chemistry. They're both technical players, creative with flair that can pick a pass, and they've been combining well. Now, will this help us over the long run? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if both of them will be starting. One of them could come off the bench, but there are moments when both of them could be on the field for the U.S. men's national team, even with an A squad. That can happen. Injuries happen too, so they could be playing. Over the long run, that should benefit us. That was one of the reasons why I wanted our A squad to be here. Because even though you're facing weaker opponents, which I recognize that we are, you can build chemistry when you're facing them because you're more ball dominant. But that didn't happen. The good thing is at least these two players that should be with the A roster have been playing quite well. Honestly, Diego Luna and Tilman have been carrying our offense throughout this tournament. Lesson number 4. It's something I'm probably going to talk about during the USA versus Mexico match preview, but one thing I've noticed is we should not try to play out of the back against Mexico. They are aggressive when they press, and here's the issue. Tyler Adams was a bit shaky on the ball at times this game. Tim Reams, surprisingly, was a bit shaky. Alex Freeman doesn't have a great first touch and is not good on the build-out. Chris Richards was okay. Arfston was higher up the field. I don't know if he'll start or it'll be token. And Matt Freese is terrible at the ball on his feet, and he knows that, so he just boots it forward. He's pretty much as bad as Turner, maybe a bit better than Turner with his feet. I'm not sure. Regardless, 6, half a dozen. When we face Mexico, we should not try to play out of the back under pressure. I'm saying this right now. If we concede a goal because of that, you'll remember that I said this, okay? I'll probably repeat this in the match preview. I think Pochettino knows this, but I am 100% certain of this after watching the US play and Mexico playing this Gold Cup. Lesson number 5 is about Ajiman. And Thumper once said, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So, no further comments. Lesson number 6, defense wins trophies. And if we want to win the Gold Cup, if we want to defeat Mexico in the final, our defense will have to do a lot better. Against Costa Rica, we already made a lot of defensive errors. And against Guatemala, for the quality that they have, or the lack of quality that Guatemala has, honestly, their main guy up top is a USL striker. We gave them too many goal-scoring opportunities, in my opinion. And they even scored a goal. So against Mexico, that has a player like Raul Jimenez up top, you will get punished. Our defense has to do better. Now, do we have the players to do so? Yes. Chris Richards is a great defender. Tim Reams is a great defender. Mark McKenzie's a great defender. Token's a better defender than Arfston. That might be a better option. Tyler can probably do a better job in the midfield. Maybe you move in Sebastian Berhalter that defends better than Luca De La Torre into the double pivot. There's many ways you can do so. And against Mexico, the defense has to do better. If we play the way we played against Costa Rica and Guatemala, we'll probably concede 3 goals. And that means we would have to score 3 or 4 to win it. 3 to take it to penalties, 4 to win it. I don't think we're scoring 4 goals. So again, we need to improve the defense in like 2 days. Lesson number 7. Enjoy it. We won. We defeated Guatemala. Celebrate. And hopefully we defeat Mexico on Sunday, and then we can celebrate even more. That one will be fantastic because they are also our rivals and we'll be lifting a trophy. But don't become delusional. I saw people say that Luna became a locked-in starter for 2026. Guys, it was Guatemala. Some even said that we need to find a way to put him on the field with Pulisic, which means we would probably have to bench Weah or Tilman. So let's not get delusional. It was Guatemala at the end of the day. We still have to see them performing at a higher level. All of these players, right? Especially Luna. He's played in MLS, CONCACAF. Eventually he'll move to Europe, or he'll face tougher opponents like Japan and South Korea that we're going to play in September. But you got to remember, these same players, they struggled and didn't play well when we had 2 games, like 3 weeks ago against Turkey and Switzerland, which are good teams, but these are not like World Cup contenders. So celebrate, just don't be delusional. Remember, we won the Gold Cup in 2021 playing a B-C team, and we had guys like Paul Riola, Reggie Cannon, Miles Robinson was there, Zardes, I think, was the center forward, Matthew Hoppe, Eric Williamson, Sebastian Lletget. I think Roldan was coming off the bench. How many of these guys are useful now? How many of these guys even turned out to be something very useful for the U.S. men's national team? Not many of them. Some of them helped a little bit after. So celebrate, enjoy, but avoid the delusional takes of like this player is better than that one that's not here. We'll wait and see. Like Diego Luna might be a starter. He might be. Let's see how he does against Japan. Let's see how he does against South Korea, teams that will make it to the World Cup knockout rounds. But with that said, I don't want to kill the buzz. Celebrate. We are in the Gold Cup final, and hopefully we defeat Mexico on Sunday. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like before you go. And thank you, Incogni, for sponsoring this video. The link with a special offer is in the description of this video. Now, I want to thank you all very much for watching. On Saturday, we have the preview between the United States versus Mexico. And then on Sunday, we have the live watch along. I want to thank you all very much for watching and have a great day.